Welcome back to the morning show on XL7 TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora. How are you, sir?
I'm great.
It's a wonderful day. It's a little bit cooler.
Every day's a holiday, every meal's a feast.
Man,
We are in God's country, brother.
I believe the God's country part, but I'm not thinking every meal's a feast.
They are. They are.
Because there's a McDonald's in there every now and then that you can't
Well, there
count
is.
as a
Well,
feast
that can be a feast too.
for somebody.
It all depends. That's right.
There you go. How's the real estate world?
Real estate world is very busy right now. Very busy. The rates came down a little bit. They came down, actually, it came down about a half a point from last week, and that makes a difference. That's about, it could be about $100 a month difference in your payment. So that helps. There's still a huge demand here. And because of that, the prices haven't really affected things as much as they have in other places. The places, you read these articles, and it's like the end of the world. They're pulling their hair out. The mortgage banks are firing, 5,000 people, things like that. That's not the case with us. I don't say that how long this is going to last, but people still want to come here, and they can come here. You got high-speed internet. You can still work from home here. There's a lot of benefit to being here than being in other places. We talked about taxes the other day, and that's a big motivator for people when they see what the government can run on. It takes money to run the government, but when you can see how little the government can run on if need be.
When we were speaking to Jamie and Carrie about the assessment values and the rates and the things, and you mentioned people say, well, what are the taxes? You said $1,500, and they go, is that
A month?
A month?
Yeah, right.
And I have friends up north, and I know you do too, that they pay $1,500, $1,800, $2,000 a month
Yep.
for taxes, and
Yep.
here we are complaining about paying our 8, 9, maybe 1,000.
Yeah, and you get that bill in February, and it's not due until October, and then they go, oh, you're lying to me. You're just trying to sell me on this. And it's like, no, that's really the way it is.
It's the way it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it works.
And what's
That's-
what's really nice about what they've got set up and how it's set up, you get your bill in February, not totally payable till October, and in between there, you can make partial payments.
Right.
Right? So you can pay a little here, pay a little there, just make sure you've got that full amount paid by the actual
end.
due date.
Yeah.
And that makes it nice. I ran into a banker friend of mine yesterday, and he was saying that, and I asked him, I said, well, how has the Fed's jacking with the interest rates, how has that affected home loans and closings? He said, believe it or not, we are doing a record number of refis right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
He said, we have done more refis in the last 45 days than we'd ever thought we would have. And what his explanation was, people are giving up that lower interest rate because they have the payment, but they're paying off their credit card debt, they're paying their consumer debt, the jet
that's
skis,
got
the
the higher
boats,
rates.
the 4x4s that
Okay.
have the
higher rates.
20 to 25% interest rate on them. They're paying off that consumer debt by taking the point or two gig on their home loan to get rid of that higher interest.
That's very interesting.
And
I
he
hadn't seen that.
He said they've done a record number in the last 45 days.
Not a bad idea. If you could pay some of your other stuff off and you're still living in the house, if you're not going anywhere, you're going to be there for a while. That's the way to do it.
And if your payment is going to go up $150, $200 a month on your home loan, you're paying that.
Right.
And where you have your consumer debt to where it's gone, and if you add up the jet ski, the 4x4, the
Sure.
this or that you're paying so much a month, and if you're saving money by paying those off, you can afford to pay that increased home.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and probably still be ahead. And it's just
and
a
be
matter,
ahead of the
just a
game.
matter. Don't buy another four-wheel or
Yeah, just
another
make
jet
sure that
ski
you-
and stuff like.
Well, I
because
have
that's what
that-
happens. Oh, I got a couple extra.
I have that
bucks,
open line of credit over
That's
here. I
right.
can just go ahead and use that and buy this new gadget. And
Yep.
do you really need the gadget?
Yeah, well, that's a decision that we all make every day.
And we don't need to make it for somebody else. It's up to them
Yeah,
to make.
that's
But,
right.
The point being is the market here is still alive and well.
Yes.
There are still people that want to come here, people that desire to come here, and we want them here. Plain and simple, we'd love for you to come. Just be smart on how you deal with the consumer debt, and with the change that you said this week, coming down a little bit, that $100 difference that you're seeing is buying power for you, the consumer.
Sure.
That's something that will allow you to buy that home that's just worth a little bit more and keep your payment where it needs to be.
Yeah, yeah. And we're finding there's more homes on the market, and that's good. We need that. We need more homes for people to choose from. But there's a number of homes that went under contract this week, and houses that closed, so that you figure they were 45 days ago to be end of May type things, where the rates were like starting to kick up. That made those people that jumped on it right away. And now they're closing now. And with the homes that are going under contract now, when they look at what their options are, and like I say, wanting to be here, people want to be here. Unique homes, river homes, lake homes, those types of things are going right away. Homes in the neighborhoods, not so much. People are figuring, well, maybe I can wait on this and see how the market shakes out. I would probably rather be ahead of this than behind it. I would get a fixed rate mortgage. That's going to be probably your best bet. Everyone's situation is different. Some people are taking adjustable rate mortgages. We saw a lot of people get bit in the hiney with those, several years ago. They feel that the economy will come back and rates will be down, and they'll be able to refi that at 5 years, at the end of the 5 years. That we could tell.
Are you seeing very many gentlemen farmers moving into our area? Somebody that's looking for a house that's on 10, 20 acres that they can tinker with a cow or two?
Yeah, we get those where they want to come in, and they don't want neighbors. I want to be left alone. But then they'll call, and they don't want neighbors, but they want natural gas. They want high-speed internet. They want this, that, and the other. And
you can't have both ways.
You can't have both ways, and they don't. They get frustrated with that. Now, it's understandable. People don't know what they don't know about an area until you educate them. And we spend a goodly amount of time doing that. And it's a matter of, okay, what's more important? Propane works just as well as natural gas, as far as I can tell, from my use. And you can get high-speed internet anywhere. There's things that you can do to adjust for that. They don't, I don't want a septic. It's not that big of a deal. You need to take care of it, do the right thing. Don't put this, that down there. You won't have any problems with it.
Right.
Have them come pump it out every 5 years. It's you and your wife. You can't fill this thing up.
Yeah.
You can't.
If you do, you've got a bigger problem than septic.
Exactly. You got 7 kids. Yeah, okay, fine. And you want to keep an eye on it. But if it's 2 people.
Yeah.
I've had these septic guys go, this is going to be great forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a look at your numbers. We'll come back and visit some more after that.
This week in real estate, having the right week in here too. I have 49 new listings came on the market, 5 commercial properties, 16 parcels of land, 28 homes came on the market. They range in price from $149,000 to $1.5 million. 5 of those are taken backups. Average price coming on the market this week was $337,000. There were 67 sales. 3 commercial properties, 17 parcels of land, 47 homes sold. They range in price from $39,000 to $550,000. The average sale price this week was $211,000, with 76 days on market, but $9.9 million in residential real estate closed this past week. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
There's 7 properties expired, 28 had price changes. 79 are pending, which is down from last week, and those were homes that were waiting to close. It's a matter of filling that back up with new ones going under contract. Currently, there's 216 homes on the MLS, residential properties. And some of those are dupes, so that number's probably a little high, but it's more than we had in the recent history. Year to date, for 2022, there's been 644 homes have sold for $141 million. The average sale price is $220,000 with 86 days on the market. Last year, there were 668 homes that sold for $129 million, with an average sale price of $193, with 96 days on market. And then days on market for last year is dropping every week because the market was starting to speed up going into this time of the year, which is kind of typical. The spring is the best time for the real estate market. People are looking to come down. They want to get settled in before the kids go to school. It's easier to travel. It's easier to move. You know, you can come down and enjoy the 3 rivers, 2 lakes that we have, and different events that go on.
216 homes, roughly 216 homes
Yeah.
on the market currently right now. And a lot of them haven't been there very long.
Oh, no. A lot of them are pretty quick, and they'll go under, by next week. Then those numbers will change, and that's why the numbers are available. Depending upon the sales and the numbers that come on, sometimes it doesn't add up right, but those homes come in. Some of them will expire. Some of them people will say, I don't want to move. We changed our mind. We talked to the banker where we're going. It's going to cost us this much a month in mortgage. Currently, we're only paying 3, and now we're going to have to pay 5.2, and we're not going to take that on at this stage of our life. We're going to stay here and see what happens. That affects how many come on the market.
Are there very many homes on our market or in our marketplace for the first-time home buyer, the newlywed couple?
Well, it's tough, Bob. It really is. There's not many, and they come and they go. I mean, you have to be really ready to pounce on those. And the importance of having a realtor and who's going to go out and look for you and know when those pop up and say, we need an appointment, we need to get over here right away.
Yeah, the importance.
And you need to be ready to go.
That's where I was headed. The importance of that question is, yes, you want to look for a home, you think you want to buy, but you need to be prepared. Even if you have a pre-approval letter, go get it up to date.
Yes.
Get that changed. With the way the market is changing, the way the interest rates are changing, the number you were approved for 3 months ago is not going to be the same number today.
No, it's not.
So if you're in the market for a home, no matter if you're a first-time home buyer or not, if you're in the market for a home, you have a pre-approval letter that you carry around with you and you pass it out, that's great. Go get it updated.
Yes, indeed. That's very important because you need to be ready. And that's the first question. We put a house on a contract the other day, and the first question the agent asked me was, where's his pre-approval letter? I says, well, one, it's Sunday. I says, he didn't know he was going to be doing this, but he's good for it, and you know who's good and who isn't. I says, and it's going to be part cash, and he's not going to finance the whole thing anyway. But that was the first question that they asked. And that's the first question we ask when somebody is an offer. And we tell people that when they're putting their offers in, having that pre-approval letter attached to it makes your offer stronger. And earnest money. We're going back to having some earnest money put down. A little skin in the game makes a big difference to both sides. That you as a buyer, you got a little money out there. It helps to keep everybody focused on,
getting it closed,
getting it done. And it lets the seller know that you're a real buyer. When we bought our house, the first house when we first moved here, I put down an appreciation, because that's what we're used to up there. I put down an appreciation for here. It was like a gold mine's worth of earnest money. And our bid was actually a little lower than somebody else who had bid on the house. But when the guy saw the earnest money I was willing to put down, he said, that guy's a real buyer.
Yeah, he's serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not going to fall away because he didn't want to lose his money.
Exactly. And the only time that you see earnest money get returned is if something blows up on the inspection. Those types of things where it just, you should be out of it.
Yeah.
You can't come to an agreement on what can be fixed and what can't. But if you just change your mind, say, we changed our mind. Yeah, that money's gone.
Yeah.
Mostly.
You just paid for a very expensive tour of a home.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
How do we reach you?
Call my honey. 870-405-0793. You can reach us on the website, retiredtoarkansas.net. Drop us an email. Text Linda, call Linda, whatever is easiest for you. But it's a lot easier than calling me. And if you call the office, ask for the Z team. And if you stop by the office, ask for the Z team.
The Z team, Bob and Linda Zdora, Century 21 LeMac Realty here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. Again, their number is 870-405-0793. And if you want a piece of God country that looks like this, probably not going to buy this.
Yeah,
I can tell you right now that that's not for sale. But somewhere out there is a piece of God's country that they can help you get bought. Give them a call. Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty here in Mountain Home, 870-405-0793. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in just a bit.